Cross-border terrorism was a jittery to the nation. The defense mechanism was much needed with a bulwark of refined automation. The entire nation was at its feet. Many thoughts echoed, "There is indeed a superhero with a face." The story, since ages, the goods were in rise and the evils were in cages. Chapter 1. The Roots. Summers of 1970, somewhere in the remote areas of Bihar, a young boy patiently waiting for his turn to fill water from the hand pump to comfort his family of their thirst. This is not the first time he is doing so. Being the eldest boy of the family, he had to compromise with his innocence, which he had gracefully accepted. A young girl weeping over the early departure of her mother, she was riddled in the dilemma of her own sorrow and grief. The circle of life was still not clear to her and was expecting her mother to miraculously arise back. Chapter 2. The Fruit. The genetic combination of both creative and intelligent makes you a daydreamer, because night is when they belong to their own paracosm. The young lad of his age often cries for toys, but this child has a plan of his own. He believed that he is on the verge of making his imaginary world into reality, but then it is just a dream. A calm mind is a pinnacle to a vivid imagination. Chapter 3. The Prodigy Continued. The encephalon of an artist forces it to visualize a cluster of images. Sometimes it is hard to attain the desired result. A confused mind tends to generate a confusing art, which deep down being valued by the common race. But there are some who does not wishes to advertise themselves. The boy was one of them and enjoys to keep his thought with himself. Does that going to make him a loner, or he has his own tab of a stoner? Chapter 4. The Restricted Boyhood. Having an alluring life is a wish, but pursuing your passion to the next level is a life itself. The boy is getting better and better day by day. The phenomenal creation of his was not less than a masterpiece. The honesty in his work has also attracted angels from the realm of glory. Even they don't love and acknowledge his art and bestowed him with small rewards. The peace in life and triumphs to cherish about the chromosomes in his genes were in extreme harmony, playing the melancholy strings. Chapter 5. The Hollyweed Effect. A creative mind and an enhanced imagination is a gravitated situation. With the introduction of cannabis in his life gave him the hallucinating vividness. Living alone is a curse for few, but he started enjoying his own companionship. He gradually started to slant towards the hippie culture. The hardcore observations of the surroundings was a glitch to his viewing capability. Laughter is the best medicine, but sometimes the best medicine gives you the laughter, the much needed one. Chapter 6. Your wish is my command. Being reluctant towards the social world, captivated quality time with a bong in his hand was always on the card. October 2014 ought to be a chilled out day for him. Several rounds of the holy herb was like relaxing by the Bahamas. Being very close to the delusion, he saw an angel entering through the window, having a halo of divinity. He was at most stunned and made his eyes like red cherries. That was the first time he heard something very unusual. "I am here for you, my child. What is there I can do for you?" Smartness was his forte, so without wasting any time, he asked for a knowledgeable custodian which can act as a helping hand in his following wishes. Chapter 7. The Guardian Angel. The sudden change in hallucination and spasm to enthusiasm and anxiety, he started his conversation with the fictitious guardian. He finally concluded the following wishes. Number 1. I should have an in-depth knowledge of every field, considering its theoretical, practical, logical, semantic, systematic, and empirical. Number 2. Give me 1 lakh human bots which works under my instructions. Number 3. The various factors of death should be negligible to my case, and failure to which can reverse the time period by 10 days. Number 4. I need to enlist every patent and incorporation happened after year 2000 under my name. Number 5. Send me back to 2nd October 2000 and personally come and trigger my memory back on 7th October 2000. Chapter 8. The First Blood. 2nd October 2000, very much fascinated to have an intergalactic experience once the kid started acting like an administrator to world's various space stations database. Finally, he managed to decrypt the codes and hacked into their system. His sole motive was to get the information regarding the criteria to be an astronaut and also the blueprints of a spacecraft. 7th October 2000, the day when he got his memory back, was the day he chose to be the weapon of mass destruction. Just kidding, it was the time for him to be a humanitarian and uplift the human race. Chapter 9. The Joy of Renaissance. He had no purpose of being a renegade, rather to edify himself to attain the perfect state of mind, keeping him confined from the present world in order to nurture everyone's future. His various researches and discoveries made a remarkable impact in the field of astronomy, medicines, science and technology, weapon and tactics, etc. On 3rd April 2006, he incorporated his own company named VA Days. Gradually, the company reached astounding heights with share prices touching sky. Chapter 10. The Enchanted Dream. The time had finally come when he ought to prove the worth of his years of studies and research. It was indeed desperate times for desperate measures. He never wanted to keep his limit to a reachable dimension, but to be the new dimension. He invented a new spaceship which can tolerate high atmospheric pressure and orbital drift. He was good to go. Chapter 11. The Planet Ara. The sense of patriotism ignites a huge courage inside. The tricolor logo on his spacesuit, he landed on an unidentified planet and named Ara. He was first to wave the Indian flag there. While he was exploring, he found giant metal eggs which were solitary, transforming into various shapes. He carried back the egg along without considering the fact when there are eggs, there had to be a mother. After coming back, he then created a self-instructing programming language and named GAPPU. It has various self-replicating equations just to make those metal eggs dance on his fingertips. Chapter 12. The Reinstated City. After linking those metal eggs with the programming instruction, they were being injected to the Earth's mantle across various locations of the nation. Then the Earth's surface was being disintegrated to make the tectonic plates move. Finally, the re-architecturing of his hometown was done. Some small changes makes a huge difference. Chapter 13. The Line in Full Control. 26 January 2014. Cross-border terrorism was a jittery to the nation. The defense mechanism was much needed with a bulwark of refined automation. A huge metal wall was being formulated across every circumference of the nation. No missile technology could demolish that metal barricade. The entire nation was at its feet. Many thoughts echoed, "There is indeed a superhero with a face." Thank you for watching my story. I hope you guys like it. If you have really liked it, please like, share and subscribe. And also find me a suitable production house which can make a phenomenal science fiction movie based upon my story. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.